Our good friend Linda Masters is here from the Baxter Bulletin. Again, welcome.
Again.
And you're the food editor.
I am.
You've got an elaborate job. I like your job because you get to try new things. You get to eat, and you get to. I bet you're invited for taste tests.
Yes, and I'm invited to be a food judge. And
yeah,
it's a fun job. Yeah.
And is your palate any better than anyone else's?
Probably not.
But they want you to write about them and
yes.
that kind of thing.
In fact, this is just really quick. I was just at St. Peter's Catholic Church today. The ladies there were having a pierogi making class.
Oh, I don't know what a pierogi is.
A pierogi is a Polish dumpling.
Okay.
And it's really a traditional holiday, Christmas holiday item that the Polish people and the Slavic people make.
Okay.
And so they have a lady there that's pretty expertise. So she was having a pierogi making class, and Kevin and I went over and joined in and got some notes and took some photos. So
you tasted some of the pierogi too, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of
I was going to say that.
yes. So you can look forward to seeing that
Okay.
in a next issue of the
nice.
Bulletin on Wednesday.
Yeah, it's good to see those articles in there from like me. I would look at it and say, I don't know what a pierogi is. I've got to read the article.
Yeah.
But summer vacation.
Summer vacation.
Kids are at home.
Kids are at home.
Tell us why you came up with this idea for an
Well,
article.
it's really easy in the summertime. It's hot, you're tired, and it's really easy just to throw something and let the kids eat candy bars or popsicles or whatever they want.
Yeah.
I was here last year and we talked about making your own frozen treats. Remember, I brought the little popsicles that
Right.
I'd made out of yogurt and fruit
Yeah,
instead
those were good.
Yeah, instead of all the heavily sugared things. But one thing I'd like to mention is there's and I'm going to use your word, plethora of information out there about healthy eating. I reviewed 2 books in my column, these 2 books, and both of them have really good ideas. This is called the Muffin Tin Cookbook, and this is a really cute idea because it's the perfect answer to portion control. If you make food in a muffin tin, you're only getting, so much.
Right.
So there's a lot of great ideas in this cookbook, and this is another cookbook that we got at the Bulletin newsroom. It's called Have Your Cake. It's with no butter, no white flour, and no added sugar.
Wow.
So, and I thought, how is that possible? Because
Right.
I'm a former cake decorator, so I'm thinking, this is not possible.
Yeah.
But there's some great recipes in here, and if you just need to check your bookstore or the library. The library is a great resource if you don't want to purchase the book, for some ideas on things to give your kids that are healthy for them and not loaded with sugar and fat.
Do you have a list of some of those in your article that you got, or is it just you suggest that they
I
go to some of
I just suggest things.
Yeah.
We just
Okay.
did a food feature because June is National Dairy Month. So dairy is something that children really need. They need the calcium, they need the vitamin D, and if you get low-fat milk and low-fat dairy items, you're not getting all that extra fat and cholesterol. So, you can always check the Bulletin for great ideas, and like I said, bookstores, and we try to keep people on a healthy path.
Yeah, fruit is something that like my grandkids, they have been raised on fruit, but it's easier for them to say, I want a popsicle, or I want this, or candy, or whatever. But fruit, like sliced apples or oranges, are the perfect between meal snacks.
And the greatest snack of all, especially for summer, is the frozen banana.
Absolutely.
Put the frozen banana on or put the banana on the stick and stick it in the freezer, and when they're hungry for a popsicle, pull that out. It tastes just as great as a popsicle, and
you
it's
can
so
do
much
that
better.
with blueberries. You can do them with grapes. The same.
You
concept.
can make skewers of fruit with like strawberries and pineapple and the other berries.
Smoothies are good.
Smoothies, and that bananas, again, the frozen bananas make great smoothies.
Yeah,
absolutely. You have to be careful with a smoothie, because if you put a lot of sugar in it to make it taste good, then it no longer is healthy. So you need to use the sweeter fruits like the bananas and things like that.
You were talking about this one book with the no butter, no white flour, no added sugar. I bet you there's an applesauce substitute in a lot of these.
Yes.
For sugars, right?
Yeah. And there's a lot of the ingredient. The one thing I liked about this was I'm not very knowledgeable about cooking without white flour. Trust me.
Yeah.
You know, so this was a learning experience for me, but this book is great because it has a list in the front of items that you need to keep in your pantry if you want to cook this way.
Okay.
And most of it will require a trip to the health food store because some of these things aren't available on your supermarket, at your supermarket. Some of them are, some of them aren't.
Yeah.
But like rice bran oil, you know, I think you have to go to the health food store to get that.
You don't find that just anywhere.
Yeah, you don't find that anywhere. But the helpful information on here. And then this muffin tin cookbook, the one great thing I found in that is every recipe had the nutritional information on the page with the recipe. So it tells you how many calories, how much fat, how much sodium, which is another big offender, you know.
There are some books out, and I have a couple of them, and they're little pocket books, and they're for just fast food restaurants.
Oh, yes.
And they tell all the sugar content, the carb content, calories, and all that stuff.
And we would all do good to have that.
Yeah.
And use it.
That should scare
Not
you
just
when
for
you open
children,
that book.
for all of us.
It should scare
for all of us.
Yeah. Some hamburgers are over 1,000 calories, and you wonder about that.
Yes.
You know how I'm supposed to be on if you're supposed to be on a 1,400 calorie diet, one hamburger is going to reach that before you have
and I
another
think
meal.
the worst thing that the United States, and I'm going to blame us, ever did was supersize. They supersized everything so that, that 200 calorie smoothie is now an 800 calorie smoothie because it is so huge.
Yeah.
And more than anyone needs.
Yeah.
And the hidden salts and the hidden sugars.
That's right.
I often talk to people about reading labels.
Yeah.
That's so important. And people will say, but it takes such a long time to shop. And I'm like, well, that's the point. You want to make sure you're getting the healthiest products off the shelf.
And aren't you and your children worth it?
Absolutely.
Sure. Well,
absolutely.
like those little pocket books that I was telling you about, you use those on a weekly basis, and at some point you don't need the book anymore.
That's
you
right.
know, so
That's right.
the knowledge, once you gain the knowledge and it's impermeated in your brain, then you become an expert, and you say, no, I'm not eating that. I'm not eating that. That's good. That's good. That you don't have to read the labels as much.
Just like fresh fruit's the best, frozen fruit second, canned fruit third.
Right.
The canned fruit industry won't like me, but and if all you can find is canned fruit, be sure to get the one that's in natural juice.
Good point.
And not just
heavy
sweetened
syrup
with heavy syrup. So there's a lot of little things you can do, and they all add up to make for a healthier diet.
Now, when does your articles come out in the Baxter Bulletin?
My articles publish on Wednesdays. We have the food feature on the front of our B section, and then I have a column also on Wednesdays and address a lot of these issues.
Yeah, and I'm sure that there's places where people can email you or contact you directly.
Sure, you can always email me at lmasters@baxterbulletin.com.
And there's a link probably on the Baxter Bulletin website.
Yes, and all of the stories and food features are on baxterbulletin.com, which you can now get an app for on your iPhone or your smartphone.
I haven't got an iPhone yet.
And, well, I just got one.
Did you really?
And about all I know how to do is make a call.
That is so funny. I like phone. I like a phone, but it's not a phone anymore. You don't make calls on it anymore.
I can make a call and I can send an email. So but it does 5,000 other things that I'm not adept at yet.
That's what's bad about technology.
Yes.
Somewhere along the way, you will absolutely be sucked into it, whether you want to or not.
Right.
And we're also available on the tablet. We have a special edition now for the tablet.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
So you can read us in whatever form you want.
Okay. All right.
So I've got one more thing to say.
Tell us. Yeah.
The group that was here, the children. I'm a former OM coach and a former OM judge, and I know how hard those kids worked, and it's so great to see that they went so far.
Yeah.
They're fabulous.
Well, they've taken on something that's just not A, B, and C. They have to formalize a plan.
Oh, they do. They do.
And the direction
and
they need to go.
what I didn't hear them say is the kids have to do it themselves. The coaches can't help them. They can't help them at all. They can help them in the respect that if they want to know how to saw a 2x4, they can show them how to saw a
Yeah.
2x4, but they can't saw the 2x4
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So everything that they did, they had to do themselves.
Some great life lessons they're learning.
yeah.
Oh
here.
yes, oh yes.
And a video game won't teach you that.
No,
No.
it will not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nor will your iPhone.
Technology is so flat and so insignificant
Yeah.
when it comes to
The
things like that.
technology is wonderful, but those problem-solving
Oh,
skills
yeah.
are great to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Baxter Bulletin Food Section, Linda Masters, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
And coming back again.
I will. I haven't been here in a long time.
Yeah, coming back again.
I will.
Absolutely. All right, we'll take a break, and we're going to have the Pet of the Week with Marianne Sherman and Cedar. All right, stay with us.